you've been going through the assessments, what are the most common surprises or realizations that stand out?
I'm going to just go with, and this kind of piggybacks a little off of what Fred just said, but I'm just feel like all roads lead back to good business processes. And so it is often again about communication, planning, clarity around use case, because there is still just investment being made where it's siloed and it's unsuccessful because it isn't part of a bigger overall corporate wide strategy and with clarity around what the intent behind the tech really is. So we still see a lot of that. And so I think communication, planning, measurement, like all those just business best practices.
Yeah, I was going to echo that by saying there may be a high level strategy. Hey, we want to improve using AI, but then it jumps 3 or 4 steps and goes right to a tech solution saying, okay, I need something to solve this. What tech do you have? Do you have a vendor? Do you have a solution? And we have to pull it back. So, I think the thing that I find most surprising is that it's not that there's people trying and experimenting on AI and how to deploy it, but it's really the steps around how to ensure that it's a value and it's going to actually make a meaningful difference in the industry or in that.
And I think I was probably most surprised at the number of companies that have already deployed something in a POC environment. The number of enterprises that are already building. What's becoming a quick reality is this is not a build or buy conversation. This is a build and buy. Build where it's critical. Enterprises have to own the data. They're quickly realizing that this is not an option. Either you're going to be an AI enabled company, or you're going to get left behind. So they have to build. And that's the fascinating thing. It's, the dynamics of that, multiple different silos. I really had hoped that AI was going to force and break down those silos, but apparently organizations like ours and services like ours is what it takes to really get them to open up their eyes and recognize that, hey, you're still siloing your organization. You're not clearly communicating across operations and IT and legal, and you don't have a corporate overall strategy that's clearly been defined for all those groups.
So, are there consistent patterns that you've seen across industries area where it's like most teams are strong versus where they're still struggling around AI readiness?
I just feel like there's such a tendency to want to like start, fail, and then go get help. Right. So, we have a client right now actively that we're working on a different just optimization of another tech platform and just kind of operational contact center improvement and transformation, which with huge results, but they wanted to do AI. So they jumped into the AI bot and there were some initial really good signs. We kind of said, hey, we don't think you're ready for that yet, but like, we'll watch you and we'll support it. But, our work stream is over here. And we would traditionally come to that after we've built and repaired some other foundational issues within your business. And all we kept hearing about this AI bot is it was converting within 3% of like the actual, live agents were, and it was this huge success. And they wanted us to start deflecting some pretty significant numbers, like inbound numbers. And then we come to find out that it's actually the containment of calls that were actually being routed to the bot was like under 30%. But nobody was reporting on that. The AI company was not reporting that to the client. The client didn't know enough to ask for it. But as the numbers went up and it started having a really negative impact on the live resource management, WFM and optimization, and then we got kind of caught up on that scope and got over there. It wasn't done correctly. So there were some learnings and now we get to go in and help them do it right. But I feel like there's this desire to go play around and be optimistic and then kind of come get help.
I can tell you that the reoccurring theme is everybody in the industry wants